So I had to tell her that it wasn't me that did. And that to my face, it was my husband that shot me in my face. Cause I got a big old hole up under there. They done put me a plate in. And I done had 3 surgeries. My name is Ebony Mixon and I'm a victim of gun violence. I was shot on March 18, 2022 in the face with a gun by my husband. I'ma tell y'all this one time and one time only. There is nobody that has left your life that is gonna make your journey stop.
A woman was declared dead at the scene. First responders saw the injuries and made the call. 2 gunshots to the face. No chance of survival. But here's the thing. She's alive today, and she's telling her story. Her husband pulled the trigger. Then, on that same day, he died. And what happened next? She wrote his obituary and showed up to his funeral. The internet exploded. People had opinions. Strong ones. Some called her a survivor. Others questioned everything. But the real story? It's far more complicated than a headline could ever capture. Stay tuned as we reveal everything about this case. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about this story. Welcome to our channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Like and share this video to help raise awareness and spread caution. Let's begin. Have you ever heard of a case like this in your area? Let's talk about Ebony Mixon and the day that changed everything. Ebony Mixon is a woman from Birmingham, Alabama. She became known not because she wanted to be, but because she survived something most people wouldn't. She was married. Her husband had been away for 13 years, locked up, serving time. When he got out, things weren't the same. How could they be? 13 years changes people. It changes relationships. It definitely changed him. He came home believing something. He believed Ebony was a reason he'd spent all those years behind bars. Whether that was true or not, it didn't matter to him. In his mind, she was responsible. And that belief, it became dangerous. The confrontation happened fast. There was no long build-up in that final moment, just anger, accusations, and a gun. He shot her once, then again. Both bullets hit her face. The kind of injuries that don't leave room for miracles. When police arrived, they saw what anyone would see, a woman who couldn't have survived this. First responders made the call at the scene. She was gone, except she wasn't. While medics worked on her, while police secured the area, her husband made a choice. That same day, he took his own life. The man who had just tried to end his decided to end his. By the time the sun set on Birmingham that day, one person was supposed to be dead and another person actually was. But fate had different plans. Ebony Mixon didn't die. Against every odd, against what the scene suggested, she held on. The bullets that should have killed her didn't. The trauma her body endured didn't finish the job he'd started. Recovery wasn't quick. It wasn't easy. Gunshot wounds to the face don't heal overnight, and the emotional damage runs even deeper than the physical. But Ebony fought through it. She had surgeries. She dealt with pain most of us can't comprehend. And somewhere in all of that, she made a decision. She was going to tell her story.
You feel me? It wasn't that so great I had this, so why did he save me? When I woke up, I asked to go. I didn't want to fight this battle. I didn't want to fight this battle. I done fought enough in my life. I've been fighting all my life. And I remember waking up in my natural, my flesh. And I remember I had been shot. I remember my face dropping. And like I told you, it was swinging like a little rooster neck down there, like a little thing. It didn't fall off. It hung, it dry, it hung. So when I woke up, I know I got half a face. And I don't know what else might be wrong. And I don't know what else might be going on. But I don't want to fight this battle. Lord, please take me. And I cried out and I asked God to take me. And that was my first words when I opened my eyes.
Ebony went public. She started a GoFundMe to help with medical expenses. She posted on social media, sharing her journey. Not for fame, not for sympathy, but to let people know she was still here, that she'd survived, that she refused to be just another statistic in the domestic violence numbers. People listened. Her story spread. And then came the part that made everyone stop and question what they thought they knew. Ebony did something most people couldn't understand. After everything, after being shot twice in the face by her husband, after fighting for her life in a hospital bed, she wrote his obituary. She attended his funeral. The internet couldn't process it. Comment sections filled with confusion, anger, support, disbelief. How do you bury the man who tried to bury you? How do you stand at a funeral for someone who put you in a hospital? But Ebony did, and she explained it the only way she could. Forgiveness was part of her healing. Not forgetting, not excusing, but forgiving for herself so she could move forward. It's a level of grace that most people don't have. Maybe most people shouldn't have to have. The man who loved her, who she'd built a life with, became the man who tried to end that life. And somehow, she found a way to let go of the hate. Their history was long. 13 years he spent incarcerated. 13 years she spent on the outside. When he came home, everything was different. The man she knew was gone, replaced by someone filled with resentment and blame. And in his final act, he confirmed what happens when pain and anger go unchecked. Still, she chose forgiveness. Not for him, for her. But here's where it gets messy. Because no story is ever one-sided, especially not this one. A family friend came forward with a different version. According to this person, Ebony wasn't the innocent victim everyone painted her to be. They claimed she was toxic, that she'd pressed charges years ago that led to his imprisonment, that her actions contributed to the violence that eventually exploded. The friend didn't hold back. They painted a picture of a relationship that was broken long before the shooting, with Ebony playing a role in its destruction. Whether that's fair or accurate, it's what was said.
I got shot in the face, you feel me? She doing the most about the situation. Like, I know her, but I don't know her. She don't know me, so, you feel me? But I know her, you know what I'm saying? I know the whole story on everything. Back when he first went to jail, like 11 years ago, that man just got out of prison, you feel me? Because of her, because she pressed some charges, because that man went in his house to go get some clothes out. You know, it's her house, but it's their house because they was together or whatever. They got into it, you feel me? He wanted to get his clothes, she wouldn't give him his clothes, you feel me? So he had to kick the door in, you feel me, break in the house to get the clothes or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? They end up hitting him with burglary, you know what I'm saying? And some more shit, you feel me? So, boom, that's how this shit started. Like, this type of person we dealing with, somebody that's in a relationship with somebody, and this man trying to leave you, you won't even let him get his clothes. Like, first and foremost, we're gonna start this off like that, let y'all know what type of person y'all dealing with. So, boom. Send this man to prison, and somebody you supposed to love, wasn't that? You know what I'm saying? You know what was on papers or wasn't that? You know this was going on. So boom, go to prison like 10 years. Get out. You know what I'm saying? Like a month ago, let's just say, roughly a month ago. Get out. Doing good, working, ain't in the streets, ain't doing none of that. Doing what he's supposed to do, you feel me? This is my partner. He got his HVAC and shit while he was in there. You know what I'm saying? Was linking with me, trying to get, you know what I'm saying, a job. I'm trying to get my partner a job, get him on, doing HVAC out the street, you feel me? I know what's going on. I'm talking to the man, you feel me? Like, stay away from it, you know what I'm saying? Focus. I know that shit hard. I know that, you know, your child such and such, but bro, you gotta stay away from it, whatever. So boom, he trying to stay away from it, you know what I'm saying? In the hood, you know, taking care of his brother's house that just passed. You feel me? So boom. I went down there that day that happened, but I hear the immediate story because my brother was down there. When all this happened, my brother was down there. So I hear from the horse's mouth, you know, my brother. Boom. So she pull up down there one day on the bullshit. You feel me? He on some man going on type shit. You feel me? So she rah in the middle of the street. You feel me? Won't leave. Boom. That type of time. So, guess he frustrated at the moment because so much shit done went on. So, boom. She ended up not leaving. So they say he threw a Ciroc bottle. He drank Grey Goose and Ciroc. So it's either Grey Goose bottle or Ciroc bottle. He throw through the window. So boom, like, bitch, get the fuck on, whatever. So evidently, she get the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Out the car, he throw the bottle through the window or car window, whatever. Say, goddamn, she get out the damn car, grab the bottle. You know, he walking away from her at this moment, going down a little hill, some steps. So she jump off the steps with the bottle, hit the man in the head with the bottle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the bottle break, I don't know whatever. But they say she hit him more than one time with the bottle. Boom. Now, first of all, after he threw the bottle through the window, whatever, she grabbed the bottle, said, in between that time, I think, she hit him with the car. Like, immediately after, somewhere in between that time, she picked him in between his truck and her damn car. She hit the man with her fucking vehicle. Like, I don't understand what the fuck, like, why people feel like it went, you know, it was just, oh, he seen her, had some hate for her, shot this girl in her face. No, that is not the fuck how it went. And of course, we know everybody ain't telling this side of the story, but that's what the fuck happened. He was on some get the fuck on shit. She was on some, no, I ain't going nowhere type shit. Rah, rah. Y'all know how females be. She was on that type of time. She hit the man with a fucking vehicle. Attempted murder before this shit happened. With the car first. After he threw the bottle, she hit him with the car. Then, he went down the hill, cause his leg was fucked up and he was bent down on the ground, holding his leg, cause she had picked the leg in between the car. So he on the ground holding his leg. She get out the car, grab the bottle, come jump off the hill, hit the man in the head with the bottle, hitting him with the Grey Goose bottle. You know what I'm saying? Cause Ciroc, whatever bottle, hitting the man in the head with the motherfucking bottle. Boom. That's when he walk off or what? Now I guess I don't know where she go after that point, but that's when he grabbed my brother gun off his hip. So my brother trying to save the situation, you feel me? He tussling with Zoe like, no, Zoe, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I know you, man, but we can handle this a different way. You know what I'm saying? Boom, he take the gun back to keep from, you know, him from doing something to the girl. You feel me? So that's when, you know, he ended up getting something from somewhere else and boom, you know what I'm saying? But he was in the motion of, you feel me? She hitting this man with a fucking car. Like, who the fuck ain't on some that type of time after a motherfucker hit him with a car? And I told you a million times to get the fuck on. To the point, get to a point where you done damn hit me with the fucking car. Like, come on. But yeah, man, y'all need to get y'all fucking story straight, man, and stop, you know what I'm saying? Y'all feed into anything on Facebook, anything y'all see, y'all automatically say, oh, it happened. But y'all don't ever say, why the fuck did it happen?
Ebony responded. She went live on social media. She addressed the rumors, the accusations, the whispers. She told her truth, that the relationship was complicated. Yes, that there had been arguments, attempts to reconcile, ongoing issues. She acknowledged that guns had been present in the home, that possession of weapons had complicated things. But she drew a line. Complicated doesn't mean deserved. Toxic doesn't justify attempted murder. Whatever mistake she may have made, whatever role she played in their dysfunction, nothing gave him the right to put 2 bullets in her face. And that's the hard truth here. Relationships can be messy. People can hurt each other emotionally, financially, in every way that doesn't involve violence. But when someone picks up a gun, when someone decides to take a life, the blame shifts entirely. Still, the questions linger. What really happened between them? What led to those 13 years of incarceration? Did Ebony contribute to the breakdown, or was she simply blamed by a man who couldn't accept responsibility? We may never know the full truth. Both sides have their version, and now, one of them can't speak anymore.
Disputes via dispatch. Call details stated her husband was shooting at her. Now, shots were heard in the background. Investigation. As we got closer to the scene, the radio traffic stated that the victim, Ebony Mixon, had been shot in the face. As we were arriving, we heard additional gunshots being fired. And I said it was just one. So hell, I didn't even hear the other one. This was the fact telling me. Well, told niggas I'm ready before. Okay, let's go back. Okay. And we arrived, we had a additional gunshot band. Come, I didn't say so bitch, but rest of you so bitch, you was ditching at me. Alright, started by the gunfire, Officer Pilgrim. Y'all get these names right too. For all y'all that's connected with the police, get these names. Officer Pilgrim and I drove a little closer and exited our vehicle, urgently looking for the shooter. We found only the victim. Hold on. Let me get up a little closer for y'all so y'all can see. Okay. Sitting, okay, urgently looking for the shooter. We only found the victim who was still sitting of her car. I'm still sitting in my car, so what danger threat? Get out. Okay. So I ain't gonna get out my car. Oh, but I guess. Nah, couldn't have been the time I ran. Anyway, alright, we only found the victim who was still sitting in her car. The gunshot wound she suffered was to the right side of her face. Right side of her face. That's to all y'all with these bandages too. I'm gonna post that for y'all also. And I'm gonna blow it up so y'all could see it. Okay? Alright, the gunshot wound she suffered was to the right side of her face. Her wound was so significant that the hole in her right cheek and jaw, broken glass was scattered around the floorboard and mixed with blood from her wound. Officer Pilgrim asked her, me, the bitch that had been shot in the face, I was alert, just like I told y'all. Officer Pilgrim asked her, Officer Pilgrim asked her who did this, and she stated, Alonzo Maria. When asked which way he went, she pointed, so I'm still alert, I pointed towards the backyard of, then it has the address on here, 1418 17th Street North. Okay. Here, pause. We waving. Mr. Orlando is known to stay at his sister, Eva Berea's, on the house and stated that he stays there sometime. As we began to look around the house for the shooter, other units arrived and assisted in setting up a perimeter. Once a secure perimeter was set up around the residence, we then asked the owner of the house, Eva Berea, for permission to search the house. She granted permission, and we safely cleared the building. Residents Clay Williams, them to in the house, because it's supposed to be a boy in the house. But we did not locate the suspect, Mr. Berea. This was the second incident tonight. Hold on, we got to go to that. This was the second incident tonight in which Miss Mixon had reported an argument with Mr. Berea. The first time she stated Mr. Berea busted out her car window with a what? Okay. She has case number 2022-045018 completed by Officer King. Officer King followed. Now, Officer King was the lady who did my report about him busting my car window. That was the first time before I even got shot. But she was also in the emergency room with me when I woke up. And I heard that lady crying. And I told her to come here. And I need to call her because I told her we was going to laugh about this shit when I got home. But I told her, don't feel like this was her fault. And she was like, I just should have made sure you went home. I should have made sure you was calmed down. I just hate to see you laying up there as a black woman. I said, baby, this was something that had to happen. That's why I told Officer King in the emergency room. But Officer King, well, man, she was in case number complete by Officer King. Officer King followed Miss Mixon's car as it was told to lock up. That's when they pulled my truck. Victim was taken to UAB. Officer body cameras were worn and activated. Sergeant Ivory, third driver, was notified and quickly arrived on the scene. Domestic violence detective Price, that was my detective, but it's attempted murder. When notified and came to the scene, that's what I said. I guess that was the one taking the pictures. Man, I tried to hear them clicking the picture in the emergency room. I never saw the pictures. And from the way this all look, and I don't want to see no picture because they got the raw and uncut picture. Evidence took Thomas Samson also came and proceeded to the scene. And then it just like following units in the camera scene, help with building, clearing, set up a perimeter, and conveying the area for evidence. Putnam 3/18/2022 and Ivory Kennedy 3/19/2022 set off on this. All this little stuff, I mean, that's just some little stuff right there, but the report is right here. It also came with 2 pages with the suspect, the vehicle. My vehicle was on vehicle that was towed because of the incident. I guess you know I told that. I put my truck and stuff under investigation. My cell phone and everything was still in my, like I said, I was on the phone with the police, with the 911 phone call. Now, the first incident, like I said, when Lonzo was my wonder with that Grey Goose product that was still in there. Where did that evil motherfucker shoot himself at? Was y'all? He shot my mom on the right side. He shot himself on the right side of his head. Them folks told me that I almost walked out. I said, Lord, I guess I'm supposed to be dead. But look what happened. My right side fine. His right side didn't make it. He shot himself in the right side of the temple. That's why I ended up getting the hat. But I wanted to get the hat anyway because he wore hats all the time. I put the dark glasses on him because that's the way he wore to hide his eyes when he was drunk. When Lonzo shot me, to this day, I still say he was drunk, showing out, and overplayed his part. Who said I got Anson Merchant? I did not get shot on my left side. I don't know if you deaf, can't read, can't listen, or what. I don't know. So, for all you irrelevant ass people, well, there you go. I was trying to wait till tomorrow. But just like I said, the only thing I was going to show you tomorrow was besides the 2 case cards. But here, this in there. 2 incidents. So if I hit Alonzo Burrell on the first incident, then why I didn't get shot then? Or was it a plot, a plan? So that's the story. I mean, what did it do? And then when I hit him, I mean, did nobody make a police report? Did he get hurt? What? Probably didn't get hurt full of that liquor. So I'm just saying, don't come telling me no about what you heard. Because I heard a lot of stuff, too. First of all, I heard I was dead. That's the first time. Then I heard that the niece shot me because it was her gun that he would pop out. Well, I do know who the big gun belonged to, but I'm going to keep their name up out of it. I heard the brother shot me. Hell, I even heard there was some dudes, 2 dudes hanging out there, probably been Lonzo homeboys that shot me. Now, why would they? But I don't address that. I don't care nothing about that. I know what happened. And I also know that I turned my head and I was able to look at Lonzo and see him with that gun in his hand. They were standing out there by the niece car, the same one who kept texting my phone. And yes, ma'am, report it back, run it back. I still got my texts, and I told you, little girl, to stay out my business. And I even told you from the hospital that I saw you give Lonzo that big gun. You told me you were praying, and then in the hospital, because you ain't had that energy that night when we was into it. You feel me? It was, oh, fuck me. What you was gonna do to me, and Lonzo was your favorite uncle. I believe what he's saying, all this. I said, why do you keep getting in my inbox? You got anything to do with my business, little girl. Because you used to stay at my house. So you gonna always be a child to me. You stayed in my house when you ain't what? Oh, okay. You know the situation. And that was before me or your uncle went to prison. Little girl. So I told you to stay in your place.
Every time me and my husband get into it, you want to jump in my inbox like you somebody. So that night, when I was up there the second time, when he was shooting down the street, I was getting the address because the police had already told me I could file harassment charges on your little dumb ass. And so shit, what better than to get a 2-for-1? I know Lonzo drunk ass up there because you done sent me pictures to my phone with Lonzo and your little dusty ass friend, remember? So yeah, just like I said, stay out of my business. But I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told you in the hospital. You want to be in my business so bad, well, bitch, you in it. Because, like I said, I was gonna let it go. But tomorrow, now that all of this is over, I'm going to press charges on everybody that was involved. And I don't erase shit. I told y'all that. Caramel drop where you get your facts from. Who told me this story? I don't know. You might. I hope you come in to somebody else, because this is my story to tell. And where I get my facts from is this black and white piece of motherfucking paper. And where I get my facts from is what the fuck happened to me. And where I get my facts from is them 2 police cards. And where I get my facts from is when that man shot me and didn't nobody ever see him no more. And then somebody made a comment about keeping him from his son. He kept himself away from his son. Ask me how many times he called his son after this happened. Ask him how many times he called my family after this happened. 0. They said that boy woke up the next morning and Nisha had to tell him what said. So everybody was standing around looking stupid and said, Lonzo was like, why everybody up here? What's going on? And it said the niece, because I'm calling people names. I ain't sugarcoating nothing and throwing no lies out there. The niece, and you know who you are, said, you shot that girl last night. He said, who? Shot what girl? And then they said, you shot Ebony last night. He said, no the fuck I did. No I didn't. I ain't shot nobody. Say like he went crazy. Got a few things and left. But see, I had already tried to. When y'all got mad, when I went down there to his federal probation officer and tried to tell her about his drinking months ago, because I was the one dealing with that. I was the one staying with him, living with him, off and on. So we ain't gonna get that misconstrued either. So any little bitch in the street that had him, oh well. But see, y'all probably accepted that drinking. But I knew that Lonzo would do stuff and say stuff when he was drunk and wouldn't remember shit the next morning. And when I went down there, his federal probation, let's tell that too, because I did go down there, and guess what? And I told him I went down there. Ain't no secret. Sure did. But guess what? That lady wasn't motherfucking playing. And she wasn't talking about no rehab. And she was talking about paperwork and sending his ass back down the road because he was not supposed to be drinking in no drug environment and none of that. So guess what? I did. I shut the fuck up and left. Never called her back, never said nothing else to her. So I know that Lonzo drinks to the point where he falls out. I got pictures of Lonzo sitting in the chair in the bedroom. I had got the bitch out the bed. I put a whole chair in the bedroom. Cause when you get in there, you just sleep. But I bet you ain't dropped that liquor bottle. I have pictures. Still, like I said, I don't erase that. I have pictures with Lonzo with guns on his side. I could have been got Lonzo fucked up. But that was not the point of the issue. Look like you fucked me up, but he really didn't, because I'm gonna be okay. So this a whole messed up situation. And I was always wrong when I tried to get help or say something. Because Lonzo would go back and say something else. And what me and Lonzo went to, he'll go all the way to the point, he done call me all kind of bitches, hoes, fuck y'all this or whatever, until I got to tell your bitch in the grave. You'll go tell them I said that. Every time I said that one time, baby, every time we get into it, that's what you'll say. That's not what we into it for, Lonzo. Stop telling them lies. But get what? Y'all believed him. So keep on believing him. But don't run it to me, baby. Okay? And stay in your lane. And y'all did very good. Nobody came. Nobody disrespect me and my son. And keep it that way. Thank you. Have a blessed day. And for all y'all that watching me, not the good people, not my people, but for them off-brands that's watching me, go watch the pastor, because we finna get ready to go to church. And that's the end of that story. So anybody else want to know anything that happened that night? Oh, and just like I said, he never called my folks. And I got 3 kids. He told each one of my children a different lie. My son, and I don't whisper. Y'all know my son up. I'm sorry. My son called him just to say, because he told everybody else he don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with that hoe no more. That's what he had to tell his family. I don't fuck with that hoe no more. But we had been together all week. That week. Hadn't been together before that for a whole month. Because I was done and tired of that shit. But I did go back. And why I put that prayer up there for my son was because my son knew I went back to try to give him a father. Because if I dealt with him more, he came around more. That's why I said I don't want my son to hold no blame or no regret or no resentment. And that Sunday, when I started back talking to Lonzo, I said, watch this. When I call Lonzo, he's going to answer and he's going to motherfucking come. And that's what happened. But it shouldn't have been my call to make, because I called back disaster. And that's my call, not your call, son. And my son said, I like it better when y'all together. It make it easier. So he don't have to try to pick sides. Now y'all finna make me get mad up in here for real. Cause this the truth. But ain't no side to pick. So, when y'all wanna talk about my business, we can talk about it. Ain't no regrets. Ain't no lies. And I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. And I tell God, let my suffering not be in vain. And if anything you want to cast casket on me and let it fall away from my children and my grandchildren, I carry the load. And I still say that. So yeah, that's how that went. And guess what? I could say the end, but it's not the end. But it's the end of that chapter. My son was talking to the bishop who did his dad's service yesterday. And he told me he wanted to go to his church. And that's what the fuck going on this morning. That's where we're going. I want him to grab on to some positive male figure. Get in a church. We went to Church of Highland. I go to Church of Highland. And I was faithful to Church of Highland because the Church of Highland was faithful to me when I did them 6 years in prison. They was the only church that came down there every Sunday. They was the only church that came down there and barbecued for us. They was the only church that gave us gift bags. Church of Highland. So when I came home, I was faithful to them. But I know my word. So now I gotta get my son builded up and rooted up and comfortable. Because my son was smiling. And now that man asked my son a question that nobody had even asked him. How you feel? All this going on. He said, has anybody even asked you how you feel? And I couldn't do that but cry. Because everybody's so worried about Lonzo, but we weren't worried about the right thing. We ain't focusing on the right thing. We just watching his actions. But you can't watch a person and determine how they feel, because a person can wear a mask. And I learned that a long time ago with my hurts. So, that's what's going on. Like I said, it was a whole bunch of bullshit going on yesterday, a whole bunch of fake pages, a whole bunch of people sending for me. I entertained some of it. I entertained a lot of it. And I apologize. And God forgive me for that. But yes, I wanted to be mad at somebody. I wanted to cuss somebody out. And they gave it to me. But hey, not no more. If y'all got anything bad to say about me, I'm fake. I'm doing a fake page. My story fake. Oh well. Just keep watching me. Just keep talking about me, spreading my name. And I'm going to keep spreading my story and spreading my word and spreading the truth and getting this shit up off of me. And so now that I have entertained all the monkeys of the yard, we finna go have church. And I got a feeling we finna go have church. And I mean a good damn service. I want y'all to be blessed, stay blessed. The trick of the enemy, it don't matter who he use. He don't give a fuck who he use, as long as his job gets done. But you played with Alonzo, and you got in his mind, and you captivated him. And I'm still not mad at Alonzo, because he let the devil use him. Everybody not built for that. Everybody not rooted in the word. Everybody ain't got people praying over them. The only thing I feel bad about in this situation with my husband is when I got tired, I stopped praying for him. And I knew. And I told my friend Wanda Barry, tag her, ask her. Anybody know I always talk about Miss Wanda. I said my husband going through a spiritual battle. And the devil trying to trick him out there from up under his garment, up under his shield of protection. He's trying to trick him out there in the battlefield alone. So if anything I feel bad about is that I got tired. Other than that, I don't feel bad about nothing. I don't feel bad about this. Because guess what? It's going to close. It's going to be covered. God is going to bring my face right back together. And it might take a while. But during that while that he's restoring my face, he's going to be restoring me and restoring my heart. And when that shit all come together, I'm going to be together. So no, I don't take it back. Like I said, when I cried in that hospital, so much hurt, why so much pain? Why not? You a hard-head motherfucker. I can't just tap you on the shoulder or tell you that. Motherfucker, I show you. Oh, I showed you. And I showed you that I'm God all by myself. When everybody said you was dead, I showed you that it was only me who could keep you. And only me who could call life for them. So, with that being said, I keep trying to get out this thing. And I keep I know my little thing hanging, but I ain't eat no snacks last night, child. I had went to Old Charles and I had a little doggy bag. It was on my eye. And I had a little doggy bag. I ain't eat it though. This nigga done bust out talking something, ooh yeah, them rolls. Girl, let me tell y'all know I gotta say something funny before I get out this thing. This nigga here gonna say, Mom, you know old Charlie give out free rolls. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, you get your rolls and stuff before you eat and stuff. So he was like, I don't need nothing but some rolls. I love they rolls. I don't need nothing but some rolls and some water. I said, what? Some rolls and some water? Yeah, he said. And then when they get ready to ask me if I got to order, I ain't even got to pay because I'm already paid for it. I said, nigga, you slick. You think you slick. I said, no, I'm going to put your ass in jail. They gonna put you in jail and they gonna run behind you with a ticket. You gonna pay for them rolls. That day right there, you gonna pay for them rolls. But we ate. And what you got, son? He got a seafood platter. And I ate his crab cakes because they were soft. And then I got the ribs and chicken. And I gave him my chicken because I couldn't eat out. And you know they ribs be baked. So they was tender, so I was able to eat some of it or whatever. But there was more. It was nice. It was a nice outing. And we're going to have us a nice day today. In Jesus' name. I love y'all. You better preach, baby. It's so true about the spiritual warfare. And see, people don't understand that. A physical battle is nothing. And I ain't being funny. I ain't the baddest and I ain't the hardest. And like y'all be saying, I can endure a lot of pain. Because I done endured pain my whole life. I have. Physical pain. I've endured pain my whole life. It's that inside pain that hurts. It's when you're in a spiritual battle when you fight against yourself and fight against what you know, right? That's some battles that I don't like. When you got to heal.
Today, Ebony Mixon is still healing. Physically, emotionally, in every way that matters. She's still sharing her story, still speaking out, still showing people what survival looks like when you refuse to stay down. But questions remain. What really happened in that relationship? What drove a man to come home after 13 years and decide his wife had to die? What role did their history play? What could have been done differently? We may never have complete answers. What we do have is this: a woman who was shot twice in the face, declared dead, and lived to tell about it. A man who couldn't live with his pain and took himself out on the same day he tried to take her. And a story that reminds us how quickly love can turn to violence when hurt goes untreated. This story raises so many questions. What do you think really happened here? Could you ever forgive someone who did this to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping cases every week. Ebony Mixon's story reminds us that survival isn't just about living. It's about choosing to keep going, even when everything inside you wants to give up. She's still here. She's still fighting. And her voice, it won't be silenced.